Hey everyone, welcome back to the White Tiger Tarot. We are doing your June predictions reading today. So we're going to look at career and finances. Also, then we're going to do a separate reading for your relationships. Okay, so we're going to do a big mega reading today and it's going to be a lot of fun. And before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that I do have personal reading bookings open. You can book one with me in the description box on my website. You can also book what's called a Beyond Quantum Healing session, which is a type of hypnosis therapy where we dive in with your higher self, with your spirit team, and we are shown scenes to which you are shown what you need to see, what you need to know about certain things in your life, about how to heal something within your life, or get answers for something that you want to get answers to within your own experience. Okay, there are more details about that on my website, and I've also made a couple videos describing this process on my other YouTube channel, which is White Tiger Healing. Okay, so thank you so much for coming to reading today. I'm super excited to get started on this one. I'll give you some time to meditate. Thanks. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to today's reading. We are taking a look at your June predictions. So your career and finances are first, and then we're going into relationship. Okay, so let us begin. This card will stay the same throughout, and we'll reveal it now. Okay, so you chose the High Priestess. Very cool. So I'm just going to take a seat here. Okay, interesting. So it looks like June's going to be a month of deep insights, of deep spiritual wisdom, of maybe deepening your intuition, your intuitive gifts, trusting yourself more, maybe doing some higher education or learning deeper about something. Yeah. All right, let's get right into it. I'm very curious to see what your pile is going to be all about. Okay, so you have Mercury in Gemini with inspiration, Pisces with inspiration. You have mortification. I will read this out of the book for you guys. Then we have walk away. Let go of burdens and worries. Surrender your ego and walk away. Feel the freedom and enlightenment as you rise above petty matters. Follow your inner quest and luxuriate in a well-deserved peace of mind. Beautiful. So it seems like, you are walking away from something, especially with mortification here. It's like something's maybe died, dead, done, over with. This could be a phase of life, a certain belief system, maybe a job or a living situation. But it is in your career and finances, so let's see. This could be like you going off on a new journey. Maybe a career isn't as fulfilling anymore. But there's a lot of new inspiration here. All right. Let's continue with your tarot. Yeah, talk about new inspiration. Ace of Swords. New opportunities, new inspiration, new. Like there's something that's dead, done, over with. and it's being replaced with something new, exciting, bright. Five of Wands. This could have been the past situation, maybe a lot of fighting, arguing, disagreements, just not feeling comfortable. We have strength, yeah, look, strength to walk away, to walk a new path towards this newness, towards what your soul is craving, towards what you know is out there for you. We have the Hermit, which is the next card. This is the in-between tarot. So this is strength in between going to the Hermit. It means having the strength to walk away, to maybe go off on your own, start your own business, start your own project, your own thing. Yeah. Okay, so we'll take that one too. I wanted to come out as well. We have the Five of Wands again. So a lot of, walking away from a lot of fighting, a lot of disagreements, of arguing. But we're going into the Six of Wands, meaning victory. So walking away from this kind of arguing or struggle in some way and coming into victorious, coming into a win here. And then we have the King of Wands. So yeah, it's like leading, the King going into the Page. So it's like maybe you've learned all you can learn here, and now it's time to start anew, time to start fresh. But I do feel like you're definitely a leader, and you can lead yourself. Are you kidding? And then we have the Elemental of Air, which is basically the Ace of Swords in this deck. It's an extra. It actually comes before the Ace, but I mean, it's the same energy. It's just the element of air, which is like knowledge, wisdom, information, ideas, insights. I feel like maybe your ideas were too big for this place, for this thing. Wow, an Ace of Wands. So much new energy, so much newness, wanting to be birthed, new ideas, new passions. Wow. Yeah, you need to go off and start this thing. So we have the Nine of Wands here. So maybe there was some competition here. And look at that. Your last card, you have the Sun. And it's like an extra card because you had one extra card that wanted to come out here. I'll reorganize this for you guys. And then so our last card, look at that, is the Sun. Are you kidding me? Like, this is going to be so good for you. Here, I'm just going to move these over. And we'll focus that. There we go. Okay. That'll fit in right there. Wow. Okay, so as far as career and finances, wow. Okay, I'm going to read this again for you guys, okay? And you have two Five of Wands. The Five of Wands talks about disagreements, arguments, competition, a struggle. You know, as you can see in this one especially, she is having to go up against three other people here and like having to maybe fight for her opinion, fight for her way, fight for what she believes is maybe the right thing to do here, or what her idea is. It's like, no, actually it's this, or I actually believe that we should do this. Here you can see there's two people and their backs are turned against each other, but they're both being crowned here. So we can see that it definitely seems like there's some kind of competition. It doesn't seem supportive. It seems dark, like there's these dark figures kind of standing in the background with glowing eyes and cloaks. And it's kind of like they're being pinned up against each other. So with that being said, I'm going to reread your oracle card here. It says, walk away. Walk away. Look at that. Let go of burdens and worries. Surrender your ego and walk away. Feel the freedom and enlightenment as you rise above petty matters. Follow your inner quest and luxuriate in a well-deserved peace of mind. And we have the Five of Wands going to the Six of Wands. That's peace of mind. Walking away from this Five of Wands to something new. It's like you have some kind of inspiration here coming from your intuition, your higher self. Maybe this is like starting your own spiritual practice. Maybe this is quitting your job and starting to work on or develop your spiritual gifts, abilities. Or maybe there's something that's been like on the, or creative, could be anything, right? But it's just like whatever your soul has been pulling you towards. You have so much new energy. Let this thing die. Mortification, it's dead. It's not a supportive environment anymore. So I see you guys in June leaving this behind, having the courage to go off on your own, to kind of do some soul searching, or to just search and what is it I want to do? What is it I want to create? What do I want to focus on? What do I want to bring into this world? You can lead yourself here and begin anew. Lead yourself into this new thing and start fresh. It's like you have all of the wisdom that this thing could have given you. You have like soaked it all up. It's giving you everything it could. And now it's just not, it's like you've outgrown it. So now it's time for you to begin new, to begin fresh, maybe possibly on your own. It seems like there was maybe you weren't being appreciated. Maybe someone else was getting the opportunities that were meant for you, or someone wasn't being fair to you in some way. And it's like, you're not meant to struggle here anymore. It's like you have something special. You have something that's meant to outlast and outshine, and you're just not being appreciated here anymore. Once you go off on your own and do what you're supposed to do this thing that's been on your heart, that's been, your gut has been telling you to do it, you're going to be super, super happy and super glad that you did it. And there's not going to be this like unfair, egotistical fight anymore, or this competition, or this feeling of like, I'm not being seen, I'm not being appreciated, I'm not being heard. And yeah, it's like someone else is getting, or maybe they're taking credit for your ideas, or someone else is always getting the crown. They're always getting maybe the promotion, or they're always getting the credit for something when it was actually your idea, or something along those lines. It's like, I just don't feel appreciated here anymore. I'm bringing all this to the table. I'm bringing all these fresh new ideas, all of this passion, all of this creativity, and I'm not getting what I deserve here. I feel like I have to fight. I feel like I'm doing all this work and others are getting the credit for it, or I'm just not being seen for or appreciated for what I bring, for all the work that I do. And so I'm deciding now to go off on my own. I'm deciding now to start my own thing, to bring my ideas and actually benefit from my own ideas and from my own creativity and from my own passion. And that's going to make you super, super confident in yourself, and because you have so much experience, you have so much knowledge, wisdom, and you have so much passion that you will be successful. There is no way. And it's like, now you won't have to share it, or you won't have to be in competition with anyone else. You can shine on your own. And that doesn't say that you won't work with someone. Maybe you will, but you'll attract someone who's like, wow, I like what they do, and it'll be a lot more harmonious and fun, instead of this like being pinned up against each other and seeing like who's the best, or like being taken advantage of. In a way that doesn't feel supportive. It doesn't feel nice. So in June, walking away from that, starting fresh with your own ideas, with your own, we have papers here. I mean, you could be a writer, you could be, this could just be your own business, ideas. Maybe you write a lot of ideas down. You have a lot of ideas that you want to get started on. Well, here it's like you have something that wants to be born here. You have a passion, you have a project, you have a creative, whatever it is, that wants to be born, that wants to be created, and you are the one who has to do it. You are the one who has to take your own hand and say, okay, I have all of the knowledge, the King of Wands, I have all of the wisdom, I have the capability, and I have the passion to actually put it in action. All right? It's like you have the ideas, you have the mindset, and you have all of the confidence. Now you just need to put it into action and be okay with starting anew, be okay with starting fresh. But it's like, but you're not starting from zero, okay? Because you're starting from experience. You're starting from all this experience that they didn't see, that they didn't appreciate. And so it's time for you now to do your own thing, to go off on your own, to born this thing, birth this passion, this creative thing that you have, whatever that is for you. I know it's like, this is something that's been on your heart. This is also something meant for you, okay? Something that is of a higher purpose, of a higher order. You were not meant to be successful here. There's a reason why you kept coming up against a wall. There's a reason why it wasn't working and you felt underappreciated, or you felt like you were always competing, or it didn't feel comfortable. There was a reason why, and that reason was so you would split off, so you would have the strength and the know that you're worth something, that you aren't being appreciated here. It's because you're meant to go off on your own, to start your own thing, to birth this into reality for yourself. It's like, I've been trying so hard, I've been doing so much work, and at the end of it all, what am I getting? I'm just tired, and someone else is getting the credit, or someone else is being seen and not me, yet I'm doing so much. I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this just for someone else to get the raise or the promotion or whatever this is for you. Maybe you're an assistant. This is just one example of many, kind of fit it in. It's going to be general, but it's like maybe you're the assistant to someone, but you have all of these amazing ideas and you have to just give it to them because you work for them, right? And it makes them look good, and it makes them a lot of money, and it makes them, very popular. And it's like, well, what do I get out of this? And you're kind of left there in the background, right? Kind of having exhausted, having done all the work, maybe resentful in some way, right? Well, this is saying it's time for you to get the recognition. It's time for you to go off on your own. You've battled long and hard enough. You have everything you need. You have all the tools that you need in order to be successful, in order to overcome, and you will be. We have the sun here, meaning, yes, success, happiness. This will give you the outcome that you've always wanted, that you've been yearning for. You will have your day in the sun. The sun will shine upon you with this potential here, with this creation, with this idea, with this business that you've been wanting to start, with this creative project you've been wanting to start, with this, whatever it is for you. You're getting the inspiration that you need in order to go after this and leave it. It's dead. That's why it's feeling like a struggle. It's because you're not meant to stay here. It's dead, done, over with. There's nothing more for you to learn. You have everything you need to go off on your own and to begin this thing of yours, of your own. Okay? We're going to read mortification out of the book here. Just give me 1 second. So it says decay, death, decomposition, mortifactio, is the great alchemical operation of darkness. What was once composed now decomposes. What was once presentable is now despicable. This stage cannot be avoided. The underworld has taken us into the dark interior of its belly, and here we reside until spring. Through the natural process of decay, we descend into the depths we didn't know existed. The alchemist soon finds mortificatio is a stage of regeneration and sacred power, where the soil is fertile and rich. You have everything. You've sucked all of the nutrients, all of the experience, all of the wisdom that you needed from this situation, and now it's just dead and it needs to be left behind. Offering nourishment for tomorrow. This stage cannot be rushed. The darkness must have time to do its work, to dismantle and to loosen, to free us from the old scripts and stories. As we learn to surrender to this great operation, the earth churns and wisdom whispers in the dark. She envelops us with grace and the promise of what's to come. Okay? Read the Egyptian story of Osiris. Is there anything that does not end? The Mortificatio card relates to the Death card in the Tarot and the Underworld card in the Archetypes deck. It is a universal symbol, not to be taken personally. It just means transformation. It means something has died in order for something new to be arisen, in order for something new to be born. It's a transformation card like the butterfly. Halloween is a global celebration of Mortificatio and the Underworld. If this card has got you down, flip the script. There is freedom and expression in every operation. It's like you may have been feeling down, disappointed, or just like, this just isn't benefiting me anymore. Well, that's for good reason. That's meant to push you out and to begin something new, to begin something on your own. It's like not everything lasts forever. And it's actually a good thing because it's going to lead you to a lot more happiness, a lot more success, a lot more fulfillment. Okay, so that is what's going on in June for you guys as far as finances. So we're going to clean this up and then we're going to reshuffle and get your relationships card. Okay, but I want you to know this is a very, very good thing. It's blessings. Okay, you're walking away towards your son, towards success, towards you being in the limelight, towards you having success and recognition for your work, for your amazing ideas, okay, and your insights. All right, so let's clean this up. And then you guys actually get to see my shuffling process. I used to shuffle on camera all the time. I used to, when you get into things, you start to develop your own kind of methods for things. And then I just really liked this. I used to really like just shuffling, we're going to keep that on camera. And then I got into this and I really liked this. And so that became my method. But if you guys want to see me shuffle, let me know in the comments, because I can definitely add that to the video. I don't know if you guys enjoy seeing this process or not. It just, takes sometimes a little bit of time, so it adds some time to the reading. Okay. No. There we go. All right, and then what I do is, if I'll just leave this open now because we're doing it live, but what I would do is just leave that on top and then I put it there just to have a kind of clean way to present the cards. So your first card is the Sun in Capricorn with achievement. So this is for your relationship. So maybe reaching a new level in your relationships, maybe taking it to the new level. And if you're single, this is like a new achievement as far as maybe actually being able to have someone who's very worthy of you and your love. So it's definitely reaching a new level of achievement in some way together, or actually getting someone who's like, wow, they're someone I could see something long term with. Capricorn is very like stable energy, so I see a lot of stability, something you can, meeting someone or having someone you can really build something big with, something very stable and solid with. Okay, so relationship in June for pile 1, please. Relationship in June. Here we go. Okay. And these ones, it's different. I combined these two together. So we're going to see which one comes out. These ones are very bendy, so I just want to warn you that sometimes for the stiff ones, I take the ones that bend. Okay, so yeah. Sometimes it's not always clear with these ones because they're so bendy, but that one was a very clear. And then we'll get your tarot cards out. Okay. Just leave them on top for now. It's funny how your way of shuffling changes. So yeah, that's two. Changes as you go on. Okay. I used to do just flyaways, and sometimes they do that. But then it becomes sometimes too messy. I like it being very neat. Okay, so let's get right into it, guys. So, oh, very cool. You have the androgen card, and we'll read this one out of the book as well. Okay, so this card talks about two things coming together. We have the day and the night here, and it talks about like all of the colors of the rainbow, and the androgen means like androgynous, like there's not one without the other. It's the two coming together, or all of it coming together in perfect harmony, right? Okay. And then we have confidence. Very good. Things are under control. You can handle this matter with your wisdom, confidence, and courage. You are passionate and loving, but don't let your sensitivity overwhelm you. You are honorable and gifted, but remain humble. So wow, this is really cool. I feel like you guys are coming into a really beautiful time within your relationships of newfound confidence within yourself and within your relationship, where it's like you're being accepted for maybe the weirdness of you, or someone else is kind of different, odd, and it's like the perfect thing for you and for each other. And it's like we can just be ourselves and be confident in who we are and love every aspect of ourselves and of each other. All right, let's get right into your cards. You have the Page of Wands, the Nine of Cups, wish coming true here, Two of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, definitely see a message here. You have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Fire. You have the Fool. And you have Strength. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm definitely seeing that it's like you have really been burned in the past. Like, and maybe these are all these different relationships you've had or the different people that you've given a chance and they've kind of hurt you. Her finger is cut and it's bleeding. It's like you've given so many a chance and you ended up getting burned. And with the seven of pentacles in particular, you can see the dolphin here and it's like really, cool and bright, but then there's this shark looming underneath. It's like I feel like you've definitely experienced the darkness of relationships and possibly dating. It's like you have been burned in the past. You've been hurt for sure. And maybe within your own relationship, the past cycles have been, it's like maybe figuring out each other and having to face the depths of each other and the darker parts of ourselves, because that's what relationships are, right? They're such a mirror for us to not only we experience the darker parts of them but also ourselves, and we have to face that, right? So I see with achievement here coming to a new place of, if you're in a relationship, a new place of a new height together where it's like we're not having to hurt each other so much anymore. We're actually coming to a place of where it feels dreamy. This feels like now we're coming into a more easy time where it's like this is what I've imagined, this is what I wished for. And it was always in the stars for you, but you have to get past the darkness of ourselves and of each other so that we may heal that and move on, and then it can be easier and lighter. Yeah, I'm gonna take this kind of, there's a lot coming in here. It's like yeah, so, and if you're single, this is like, I've tried so many relationships out before and they just didn't work. I ended up getting hurt. I ended up seeing, like, at maybe in the beginning it was like light and fun, and then the kind of dark part came out, and it didn't last very long. And not to say that everyone has these that you come up against, but when you're just dating and it like comes up really early, that can be something that really, and if the connection is not strong enough, it can just like, it's not meant to be there. You know what I'm saying. There's not always going to be that connection that keeps you held on. But that is all turning around for you guys in June. You are getting the opportunity, your wish. If you've been really wishing, please send me someone who is meant for me. Send me someone who I can actually build something with, someone who can accept me for who I am and all of my colors, all of my sides of me, all of my personalities, all of my weirdness. That is in the cards for you, that is in the stars for you. And in June, you actually see that, you actually get to experience that. That person comes in for you, and you have the confidence, they have the confidence, because we've kind of been through it, and now we're just like, I know what I want and I'm not going to accept less, right? So we have with the Two of Pentacles here and the Fool, there's a new beginning, and I see maybe you're getting an invitation to something, possibly. It's like you're getting invited to a party, maybe someone's birthday party, or something like that, where it's like when you go here, you're going to meet someone that you're going to actually be able to build a solid foundation with, a solid relationship with, and it's going to feel very harmonious and beautiful and meant to be. But you kind of have to take a leap of faith here. You're going to have to take a leap of faith to just trust and take the invitation, take the opportunity to go to this place, because you're going to end up meeting someone who's very, very good for you. And with those in a relationship, I definitely see you guys, I think you're reaching a new level, maybe signing a contract, so maybe moving in together, buying a house together, something like that. Yeah, it says women's refuge here, so this is reminding me of it's like moving into a more calm place, a more calm time in your relationship, because it's the 5 of coins going into the 6 of coins, where it's like a more even give and take, or possibly finally being able to, buy a place together, move into your own place. But yeah, it's like this is the 2 going into the 3, meaning, I mean, some of you could be definitely, you know, with androgyny here, maybe you guys are like bisexual or something like that. And it's like you're finding your people, you're finding more than just one partner, and you're actually going to be able to, because I see 3 women here in both cards. So maybe, finding your perfect little trimate thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take maybe guts or whatever to actually go through with it, or to try it out. But this is going to be very, very harmonious for you guys. You're coming into a lot more harmony, and it's going to take a little bit of a leap of faith or trust in the universe that this is going to be good. And maybe you have been trusting, and that's why you're getting this kind of more stable foundation. You're moving into a more calmer, peaceful time if you're in relationships where it's like you've both seen the dark sides of each other. You've both kind of worked that out within each other, mirrored each other, and you're like, you know what, even with all of your things that you've come to the table with, we all have them, baggage, teachings that we've been taught, all of these unhealed traumas that we come to the table with, they all come out in the relationships. But if the relationship is strong, then we stay together, and we actually get stronger and stronger as we're able to move past these things. And so that's what I see with you guys, is those already in a relationship moving to a new place of, it's more peaceful now. We're able to come together in a more harmonious time, and we can see each other, and we still love each other, even with all of our, stuff. It's all been laid out on the table, and we still get to, it's like we've stuck by it, and you are being rewarded for that. It's going to be easier. There's going to be a more equal give and take. There's going to be, you're actually going to be rewarded for sticking by each other. And then if you're single, it's like taking a chance on someone. And even if you're trying to decide, should I do this? Should I not do this? It's go for it and just see where it leads, because it's going to lead you somewhere very positive, somewhere that it's not like the past, where it felt like I'm left out in the cold, or I've been left behind, or I just feel depleted. I feel emptied, like I wasn't treated properly. And this is saying, no, this is leading you to a place of equal give and take, of where your heart's going to be considered just as much as you consider others. It's going to be a lot more balanced, a lot more equal, but you have to still take the leap of faith into this new relationship. You have to still risk it all, even though you've been hurt in the past. It's like, still do it, because you're going to find someone who's very, very much for you, and you guys are going to help each other grow and learn and gain confidence in yourselves and in each other. Okay, so we're going to read this card out of the book for you guys. If we can find it. Oh. Here. Okay. All right. It says creative transcendence, multiplicity, the artist. The androgyne is a deeply revered image in alchemy, born of Hermes and Aphrodite. Hermaphrodites has been classically depicted as a balanced union of divine masculine, the sun, and divine feminine, the moon. Right here, divine feminine, divine masculine. Yet today's alchemist knows the androgyne is far more nuanced than that. It encompasses the infinite spectrum and reveals itself in ever-changing, non-binary forms. The divine hermaphrodite defies definition, as it is deeply personal, felt. It is a deeply personal felt experience. Accessing this fluid and enlightened state requires us to slip into the contradictory realm of the senses. Breath by breath, we are drawn into our limbs, our fluids, our orifices, organs, and cells. We let go of rules and labels. Judgment is suspended. The gods are present, as are the creative mysteries of the underworld. For a brief moment, we hold all of our complexities in one loving form, like a newborn. We know not our name, gender, age, or location. We are the embodied artist, embraced unconditionally by the sun and moon. Go deeper, read the poem, The Idea of Ancestry by Etheridge Knight, to ponder sexuality without language, intimacy without sexuality. Make a list of your contradictions. Start with sometimes I'm blank and sometimes I'm blank. Keep writing quickly until you feel the inclusive power of this archetype awaken. Though an alchemical image of completion, the androgyne makes a beginner of all of us. Regardless of gender orientation and sexual preferences, allow yourself to know nothing today. So that's really cool. And despite this doesn't have to be sexuality, although it could be. This to me also reminds me of realizing the both masculine and feminine within us all and within each other. And that is what we have to come into balance, and that is what we have to accept within ourselves, have the confidence to, accept ourselves as both light and dark, as both masculine and feminine. And that comes into a balance of both, and using both when it is appropriate, when it is necessary, and accepting that within each other. Knowing that all of us have both of these things within us. And that's what, and we see it here as well, the light and the dark, the dolphin and the shark. That rhymed. But yeah, it's like achieving a new level of self-acceptance and confidence. And within that, we invite all of the relationship that matches that, the relationship that also is seeking that. And so we can grow together. We can accept and love ourselves and grow together in acceptance and in love and in confidence within ourselves. And so that's super beautiful. And I wish you guys nothing but the absolute best going forward in June. And I know it's going to be filled with so many new exciting opportunities, so many new exciting relationships, or a deepening of your relationship and a deep acceptance of yourself and of your partner. So thank you guys so much for coming today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that in the description box below on my website. You can also book what's called a Beyond Quantum Healing session, which is where we take a deep dive with your higher self, with your spirit guides and team, and they show us scenes as far as what you need to know or what you need to heal, what you need to learn about a certain situation, about a question you have on your mind, or about something you want to know. And so we're able to find out the answers by them showing us what we need to see and understand. It's very unique, very different, and very beautiful. If you'd like to know more about that, you can go to my website, and I have a lot of information there, or you can visit my other YouTube channel, White Tiger Healing, and I have videos up there that describe this further. Okay, guys, so thank you so much, Pile 1, for coming to your reading today. All of my love. Peace. Hello, Pile number 2. Welcome to your June prediction reading. So firstly, we're going to start off with your career and finances, and then we're going to look at your relationships, okay? So let's get right into it, and let's reveal your card. So your card is the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Voices. All right. You can see some deep rest here happening. Maybe this is what's been going on. Maybe you've been worried a little bit about your finances or about your career situation, about what's happening with it. Maybe taking a time out or a break But let's get right in without further ado and see what's going on here, what will be going on in June. Okay. You have the moon in Aries with protection. Beautiful. So I want to make sure that... Okay, there we go. Good. There we go. We have spring. And we have Aries, meaning newness, new energy, vibrant new energy. So maybe you've been in a bit of a, winter, in a bit of a sleep, in a bit of a rest, hibernation. Maybe things have felt slow or stagnant. Yeah, just like maybe they're not moving, but now we have the spring coming in. Newness, freshness. Let's continue. Okay, I'm just going to move around these cords. And we have karma. The cycles of birth and death, action and reaction comprise our universe. I feel like that's what's been going on. Your situation arose from past karmic connections. This opportunity to create good karma is now. All past influences are working toward a final balance. Accept what is. We have protection here. You are protected. I feel like you maybe were going through or this cycle of stagnancy or just rest with like the karma maybe clearing, and this is over now, and now it's time to begin a new rebirth, a new refresh. Okay, so let's get right into it. I will fix this focus, don't worry about it. Look at that, death. Yes, death and rebirth, starting a brand new cycle within your career, within your finances. This winter is over now. That's time for that to die, and now new is being born. We are moving somewhere new. We are getting a new job. We are getting new opportunities. We are getting new business opportunities, business ventures, projects. We're getting new money. Okay. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Lovers. And look. So a lot of you, you're coming into a new opportunity where you're going to have the money to buy the house that you've wanted, or the apartment or the condo that you've been wanting. It's like you're finally going to have the finances. You're finally going to have the stable career or the stable income coming in where you can actually buy the house. And for some of you, this is a new beginning. Maybe your work is asking you to move somewhere new, and it's scary, and you've been unsure, you've been maybe worried about it, in your head about it, but this is very good. You're going to be very happy here. You're going to find maybe the house of your dreams there. You're going to actually really love it, and you're going to be able to settle in. Wow. Or this is like, yeah, it could be a new job. And at first you're really worried about it. You're like, I don't know. Am I going to fit in here? Is this going to work out for me? This is saying yes, 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 yes. Okay, this is, the newness is good. The change is good. We have the Emperor. Yes. And this is the in-between tarot. So the Emperor going into the Hierophant. Yeah, we have Temperance going into the Devil. You have Death again with Yule. Wow, 2 death cards underneath each other. Huge transformation for you guys. And I know change is uncomfortable. It's scary, but you are protected here. You are protected, and this change, and see what we said about the winter. You've been in a winter stage, and the spring is coming. The sun is coming up. It's melting all this snow. It's melting all this coldness, all this frigidity, all this unknown, all this like death. That is totally transforming. The sun is coming up. A new day is here. Look at that. We have the Crone of Fire, which is the King of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Ship has come in. We see some people here, and I think he's trying to decide, do I go with them or do I not go? Do I stay where I'm at? And then we have the 7 of Cups. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so huge. I can't explain to you how much transformation is here, and I want you to know that what you've been experiencing is changing dramatically, and that it's like you're going from winter to spring to the warmth coming in to that melting all of this harshness, all of this coldness. It's felt like, the spark's gone out. It's been just like dead and stagnant. But we have newness here. We have new options. We have a lot of options coming in for you. One that maybe you're going to get two offers, or maybe you're trying to decide, where do I go? What do I do? And you're going to have to pick one, right? You're going to have to pick, or you're going to have to accept. You're going to have to really take the lead on your own life. And I think it's going to really be up to you to take charge. And another sun we have coming up here. And interesting, we have Aries again with the Emperor. The Emperor is represented by Aries. So we have a lot of newness, a lot of vibrant, very exciting new energy, fiery, passionate energy. So I see you having possibly, more than one option here. When this transformation finally comes in, when this spring finally comes in, maybe you're getting two offers. Do I go here? Do I go there? Or it's like, I have two ideas. Which one do I go with? Which one do I put my attention and put my time into? Because I see you here you have a lot of, with the King of Wands, you have a lot of passion. It's like interesting. You have a lot of knowledge and confidence, and you can basically lead this wherever you want. You can take whichever opportunity you want. There is one warning here, okay? There's one warning here. So with Temperance, we see these two characters here reaching up. They're like Adam and Eve, and they're reaching up for the tree of wisdom, taking an apple. And we see the devil in the background here. And the next card, it's Temperance going into the devil. And then we see again here with the Seven of Cups, he's taken these riches here. He's taken the cup with the riches, and the snake is now wrapped around his belly here. So what I would say to you is to make the decision not based on maybe strictly on finances or just on how much you can gain, but also what will be better for you and your family if you have one. Or because we see a lot of children here, we see like a partner here, we see it here as well. So maybe not just good for you, but also good for yourself and your partner. What's the higher decision here? So it's like really you're needing to think about it, weigh it up. What is the higher decision to make here? What's going to benefit not just my wallet, but also my values, my principles? It's like in the beginning, it's going to be really exciting because it's went from nothing to having two options, right? So it's like, whoa, this is so exciting. And with that excitement, you might make a rash decision. Well, this is saying, really weigh it up. Really see, don't just make a quick decision, right? Really see which one will be better for me, which one will be the higher choice for me in the long run, not just quick buck, right? Not just something where it's like, they're like upfront, hey, we're going to offer you this salary. The other one might not be as much, right? But they're like, but we'll give you benefits, and we're actually going to sign you in a contract for the long term for 10 years. Whereas this one's like, maybe we don't have a guarantee, or maybe it's like a shorter contract, something like that. Or maybe if this is, it's like, if this is maybe a business partner or someone who's coming in, it's like choose the one who's actually more, maybe one of them has more capital to put up, and the other one is just really, you really gel with them better, and you can see yourself in a more long-term partnership with them. Don't just go for the money. Don't just go for the more like right off the bat, this could benefit me. This could, give me like quick money. That's the temptation here with the devil and coming in with this that's the temptation. And it might benefit you in a very short amount of time, but over the long run, it's not going to. So you have to think long term. You have to think, is this a place that I could see myself building here, building something more, okay? Because I know you've been in a place where it's felt cold and desolate, and maybe you haven't had a lot of options, or maybe you've been, not having a lot of money. Not your finances haven't been great. So when these two options come in, you're like, oh wow, this one's offering me more money. I'm just going to go for that one because I've never seen this amount of money, or I've never experienced having this amount of money. But it's like maybe the vibes aren't quite there. It doesn't feel as rewarding. It doesn't feel as good. Okay, this is saying go with the one that feels better, that you could grow long term, that there's more growing room in for you. It's going to be more beneficial for you. And I'm sorry if you can hear like construction sounds going on. It's actually getting the windows replaced at my place. So I apologize for that, okay? But I want you to know you are protected. So even if you don't feel bad if you not taking the one that's like giving you so much up front, you are protected, and the other one is like somewhere you can grow, somewhere that's going to actually be more beneficial down the long run. It's like building up something bigger and better for you, longer lasting, instead of just like, okay, here's a year contract. We're going to give you this amount of much money this year, which is like, it's a crazy amount. But the other one's like, okay, well, we're going to sign you for 10 years. So really think about it. Really, really weigh these two up and see what's more long term, what's higher on your principles list, instead of just like quick gratification type. Okay, so I just want you to know that you are protected, and it will, you will be fine. But there is a small warning here about which option to go with, and don't act out of desperation. Don't act because it's been cold for a long time, or you've been in a place of not having for such a long time, that you make the wrong move, or you make the move that it's not like there's a wrong move, but there's one that's gonna benefit you longer, and it's going to be more enjoyable to your heart, to your spirit, rather than just your wallet, or just like your ego for a shorter amount of time. So let's read Spring out of the book. I really hope that's not too distracting for you guys. It's not going to be forever. Here we go. Okay, so we have blossoming, becoming, the horizon. When spring arrives, our eyes lift from the work and we peer out of the window of our laboratory. We realize Earth has been in its own transformational spin, readying itself for a new era of growth. In a state of wonder, the alchemist sets aside the work of winter and opens the door, stepping into spring. When this card arrives, it indicates a blossoming, a coming into one's own. It's generation time. You may be dreaming up a business plan, humming a new melody, or flirting with a special someone. Spring is the season of the East, where the sun rises and lights the world. You do not have to work on anything during this phase. Let the energy of the season push through. You made it through the winter. The bulbs burst on their own. These opportunities will come in for you. Go deeper. Look at Louis Bourgeois' sculpture Spring from 1949. To ponder the flower within the bud. Buds and grasses push up and out during spring. The season has a driving momentum to it, so keep an eye out for impatience, anger, or pushiness. Spring has a what's next quality to it. Sit in stillness and envision the horizon. Sit with the image until it shifts and you see something coming your way. So yeah, it's like this karmic period of this winter is over, right? It's melting, it's ending. This rest you've been in, the stagnancy is now over with, and you're gonna have these two opportunities come in. These two, whatever they are, if it's someone who's like, hey, I really want to start this project with you, I want to start this business with you, I really like what you do, or if it's like you've maybe put your resume into a couple places, you haven't heard back, and then all of a sudden you get 2 replies at the same time. I really want you to weigh these up. What's going to be best for me long term and not just in the short term? Okay, that's very important that Spirit wants you to know. You are protected. You will go with the right choice, and you will end up making the right long-term decision. Okay, so let's check in with your relationships for June and see what Spirit wants to tell you about that. So you guys are actually going to get to see me shuffle on camera. And if you do want to see me shuffle we're going to keep that one on camera, like for normal readings, please let me know in the comments, because if you do like this process, even though, it takes up some time, some people find it, boring. There we go. So what I do is I would take that card and I just put it on top. I put it there and then I pick it just to have a neat, fast way to present the cards, so that you guys aren't having to sit through the whole shuffling process. But if you like it, I can definitely add that in and make it a time-stamped thing, so you can skip it if you want, or you can watch it if you want. And then so I would just do that and then put it here, since we know. I also combined these 2 decks together as like a mega deck. See, that I wouldn't take because it's just way too many cards. Okay, but this one we will take. Thank you, Spirit. So, relationships of pile 2 in June. 2 cards, please. Relationships for pile 2 in June. Okay. I hope that's not obnoxiously loud. I'm not gonna know until I listen back, because for me it's pretty loud. Okay, we got 2 cards here, so I'm gonna take that. Relationships for pile 2. There we go. Relationships for pile 2 in June. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. Let's get all these nice and lined up neatly. Okay. Let's get right into it. So your relationships. Okay, we have Saturn in Scorpio with isolation. I feel like you guys have been completely isolated, maybe from people as well, during this winter period. It's like you've really been maybe by yourself, working things out, or just like maybe you went through a breakup, or maybe you've just been kind of isolating. Maybe you're in a long-term relationship, or you just haven't had the want or the desire to go out and be social and meet people. We have benevolent guide. And we have compassion. All is well. Understand your present situation through unconditional love and forgiveness. Embody compassion and open your heart to kindness. Guan Yin is here to protect and heal you. You and your loved ones are safe. Beautiful. You've been in a period of being healed. You're definitely protected. You have a guide who is always with you. I don't know if you can feel them or not, but they are with you at all times. You are never truly alone. Okay. So let's get into your tarot. You have the Tower. Four of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Aw, so cute. Going into the Seven. This is the in-between tarot. So 6 cups going into the 7 of Cups. You have the Magician going into the High Priestess. You have the Maiden of Fire, which I believe is the Page of Wands. Yeah. This could be the Knight, but I think it's the Page. Wow, beautiful. You have the 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Earth. Okay. You have the 6 of Cups again coming under the 6 of Cups. Wow. This is a significant message for you. And you have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, pile 2. So what I'm seeing in your relationship reading for June is, I know it's been tough. I feel like maybe there was a big breakup or a big happening that led you to being alone, whether that was a breakup or a big fight or something happened. Maybe if you're in a relationship, maybe it's long term or a long distance and they had to move back, or they had to move away for work, or there was just some kind of time where you weren't able to be together, and this was like kind of a shock to you, a surprise. It kind of led you to stressing out, like, why does this always happen to me? Why can't I get this relationship to work? Why can't I, get any relationship to work? They seem so stressful. It's like, are they even worth it? Kind of thing. It's like, it just feels like disaster after disaster. And that was that old karmic cycle that you've been in. And now you're coming into a totally new cycle, where this is not how it's going to be anymore, where it just feels like, maybe you're putting in way more work than that person, way more, effort towards the relationship. And you're just always trying to find ways to make it work. And it really puts a strain on you. It puts a strain on the relationship, because it always feels like, I don't know what to do. This is so tough. And it always ends up being in this like disaster or this heartbreak or like this upheaval. But it's like, I know that you've always kept your hope alive. You've always kept this flame going. You're like, I know that there's someone out there for me. I know that my flame exists, and I'm going to keep my hope alive for it, and I'm going to keep it very dear to my heart. And I feel like you're keeping your own self-respect alive, and like, I'm not going to sacrifice my own beliefs or myself for a relationship. I know that someone out there is going to accept me for me, and I'm going to hold out for that person. And this is telling you that you are, the 10 of Pentacles is it is in the cards for you. You have someone, for some of you, this could be someone from your past, someone you knew as maybe a kid or as a teenager or whatever, but there is someone out there who your inner child's gonna really love. You guys are gonna be able to be goofy together. Really, you're gonna feel like a kid again. You're gonna feel like you guys can, just have so much fun together. For others of you, this is leaving the past in the past. leaving this old relationship that didn't work out in the past, or leaving just the past of us, maybe growing, if you're in a relationship, growing past the kind of beginning stages of this relationship, and when it's a little bit immature or whatever, and then coming into a more matured aspect where it's like we're both equal give and take. We both want this to work equally, and we're making it happen. We're making it work together because we both care. We both have the tools, have the skills now, have the capabilities to grow as individuals and also as each other. And it's no longer one of us doing all of the work. It's both of us coming together to make this work, to make this grow, to make this successful. And I do see that here as like growing something very solid, very foundational for you both, that's going to be very successful, building a family together, or building a happy home together, a happy just existence together. For some of you, this is a long distance relationship, and I see you guys finally coming together, getting able to come together after so long, maybe traveling around the world together, that kind of thing. And for those who are single, this for a lot of you could be someone that you've already known, and you're like, oh my gosh, I never would think that we would end up together. So give them a chance, kind of thing. For a lot of you, this could be a Virgo or a Gemini. It doesn't have to be. With the Magician here, that's that energy, but I see this person being very charitable, being very giving with their time, with their energy, with their love. They're very open, and they're very willing to give you what you need, and it's going to be a much more equal give and take relationship here. You're not going to feel alone much longer. This person's coming in, and you're going to feel that like a kid again, like that young love energy where it's like we're excited to be together. We're excited to, and we just enjoy each other's company, enjoy each other's energy. And there's a huge potential for growth here, and for building a stable, solid foundation here with this person. And I feel like they are going to be this like really working hard to make you feel loved and to make you feel appreciated. And it's like they're going to be like this, benevolent figure in your life. They want to, they're not only just confident in themselves, but they want to help you in your dreams, in making you become the best that you can be. So let's read out of the book of what this says. So it says, inner voice, guide, ally. Oh, how easy it is to doubt the presence of the spiritus rector. The alchemist, falling into a moment of forgetfulness, feels alone in the laboratory and begins to doubt their work, or doubt yourself, doubt love. Like, is there anything actually out there for me, or does everything end up in disaster? Does everything end up in heartbreak? Or am I going to be doing all the work? And, feeling that doubt. Disarray and discontentment follow. Who do I listen to? Where do I turn to for guidance? All the while, the benevolent guide hovers close, waiting to be acknowledged. Waiting to be heard amidst the noise of the world. So I just want to say this. For some of you, this is someone you've known a long time, and you've never given them the time of day, or you've never taken them seriously. Maybe they've asked you out a couple times, and you're like, no. Like, I promise you that you need to give them the time of day. Maybe this is a friend that you've had for a long time, and they've you kind of felt like they've had a thing for you, or maybe you just never knew. This friend of yours is actually going to be the relationship that you've wanted, but you've just passed over them, and you're like, I'm just alone and blah, blah, blah. But it's like they've been there for you through all these heartbreaks. They've been there for you. And you never took them seriously because they're just your friend. You never looked at them like that. But I promise you that this person, if this is, this is going to be for just a couple of you. But this person, it's like they've like helped you through these heartbreaks, and you're just like, oh, they're just my friend. you're overlooking them, and they could be amazing match for you. You guys could be very, very good together. So just give them a chance. Okay. It says, it whispers words of kindness and encouragement into the ears of the alchemist. When this card appears, it asks us to recall the guidance we have received at important junctures in our life. That benevolent presence is constant, not conditional. Now is not the time for struggle or fear. Soften into the gentle humming of the wise bee. You cannot make a wrong choice when the spirit rector is near. Go deeper. Read the poem I Am Not by Juan Ramon Jimenez to ponder the wind as a messenger. Oh. And we have messenger with the magician. The magician is Mercury, which is the god of the messenger of God, which is interesting. So we have another kind of synchronicity. So definitely could be a Virgo or a Gemini. Again, of course, does not have to be, but this person is very openly communicative, very good with speaking their mind, and maybe public speaking or something like that. Building connection with the Spiritus Rector requires us to engage with the unseen world, the realms barely visible and rarely discussed. Close your eyes and begin. To distinguish it from the mystical sister card, the benevolent guide is typically experienced as a present within, not as another person. Okay, cool. So this is basically saying, of course, our benevolent guides, and that is like our higher selves, our spirit team. It is within us, right? But as I'm seeing it here, is that you are never alone because you have yourself, and that is this inner light, this inner spark. It is always with you. When you can realize that is when you can see that within yourself, and maybe when you're not grasping at, oh, I'll find love in someone else, they'll fix me, they'll fix the problems in my life. If I just have that relationship, it'll solve all my problems. It'll finally, make me happy, make me whole. That's not true, okay? It is within you always. You are never alone because you always have your higher self. You have God, source, spirit, energy. You have your guides. They are always with you. The sun is always there. We need to realize, and maybe that's why you've been in this state of isolation, to realize that it comes from within. And if we have to be ready to invite another in without thinking that they're going to solve our problems, that they're going to make us happy. It's like, you are your own true love, not somebody else. They're just there to share you with you, right? We're all just there sharing ourselves with each other. So love is not actually found in the other. The other points to the love and light within ourselves. So they just allow us and help us to see that we are the light and the love, and that we can both be that for each other, and we can have fun, and we're not so needy or having to grasp onto the other, like, oh, just love me, like only if you'd love me, right? Then it becomes an equal partnership. Then it becomes something we can grow and manifest whatever we need together, instead of us feeling like, I need you in order to have this. It's like, you just need yourself. Maybe this is something that you have realized in this time. But regardless, I do see this person coming in and being, a very good balance for your energy, and maybe, coming in to show you yourself to you, being a good mirror for you, coming out of isolation, and into a more fun and loving, and being a kid again, and listening. I think this is saying, like, really listen to what your inner child has to say. Listen to what that childlike part of you wants, instead of maybe hiding yourself away. It's like putting yourself out there, and you'll see how lovable you are. You'll see, like, just how many people appreciate and love you and want to create something with you, want to build with you. Okay? So have compassion for yourself. Love yourself. You know, you are amazing. You are lovable. You have a beautiful light. You have a beautiful heart. And there's someone out there who will want to experience that with you. And in June, we have the Six of Cups here and we have the Six of Pentacles. I see someone coming in wanting to, wanting to give you attention, give you love. And maybe in the beginning, you just see them as a friend or you don't see them as a serious relationship, but, give it time. If they make you laugh, if they make you feel light, that is a good thing. It doesn't always, butterflies and lust doesn't, that could be something that could usually leads to these types of relationships or these types of happenings, right? It's like we want to be friendly with each other and it needs to feel comfortable, like we've known each other for a long time, not just fiery and quick. It has to be this like, this build up, and the best relationships start out as friends, right? Okay. All right. So pile 2, this was your reading. And I know you have incredible things, a lot of newness coming into your life, a lot of building up of brand new energy. And it's going to be, oh my gosh, I feel like June is going to be the start of a beautiful new cycle in your life. It's really putting you in a great position after a long time of maybe not feeling that or not feeling hopeful. And so this is beautiful. And there's going to be so much more color and brightness coming into your life. So I want to thank you. The sun is coming up. Don't you worry. June is going to be filled with new experiences and new loves and opportunities for you. So thank you for coming to your reading. I'm so happy to have you here. If you did like this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another reading. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. I have my website linked there, where you can also book what's called a Beyond Quantum Healing session with me, which is basically we connect with your higher self, with your spirit guides, and we are shown scenes that we are guided through, and we are shown things that we either need to heal, that we need to understand, or that we need to see in order to heal, move past, or realize in order to move to our highest timeline and our purposes. Okay, if you would like to know more about that, you can go to my website. There's a lot of information there. Or you could go to my other YouTube channel, which is the White Tiger Healing. I have videos up there describing what this process is because it's a little hard to explain. Okay, thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next one. All of my love. Pile 2, peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your June predictions reading. We are going to be looking at your career and finances first, and then going into relationships. So let's find out what card you chose. And I just want to let you know there's some work being done on the windows at where I'm staying, so just beware, there might be some loud noises happening. But yeah, I hope it's not too distracting. Let's get right into it. So the card that you guys chose was the Four of Materials, which is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. All right, let's get right into it. You have Saturn in Pisces with seduction. You have calcification. Yeah. Definitely have this feeling of like holding on or something coming into solid, solidifying. We have Lovers in partnership. Open your heart to love and live in the moment with passion and exuberance. Indulge in the harmony of a great partnership. Be happy. And this card did flip out, and I was like, are you sure this is to Spirit? I was like, are you sure this is the career and finances area? And they're like, just trust. So with seduction here, as well as Lovers in partnership, you guys could be coming into a partnership in a career, maybe within a business, maybe partnering up with someone else to create a business, to create a project that's going to be very fruitful. But we see this, or maybe there's been an offer made, and we see this idea of it coming into being solid, solidified, coming together to be something very stable. Okay. So definitely, maybe this is you in a company, something like that, but it's definitely coming into being solidified here. Yeah, we have the Five of Swords. So you winning the position over others, you being chosen possibly. We have the Eight of Wands. The Four of Swords going into the Five of Swords. So we have the Five of Swords here as well. We have the King of, sorry, excuse me. Okay, we have the King of Wands going into the Page, so becoming a master and then becoming a beginner again. So, you know, being a master at something and then starting anew at something else, possibly. Bringing your wisdom to a new project, kind of thing. You have the Five of Wands. Okay, so another five. This is Jupiter. So the planet of good luck and fortune. We have the Six of Earth, which is the Six of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. And we have the Nine of Swords. Okay. Oh, okay, pile number 2. So what I'm seeing for you guys as far as career and finances. So I want you to know that you're going to be successful here. You are going to be chosen out of others to either get this job. You see that here, she's looking at this thing in her hand with love, like this is the one I chose. We have the Four of Pentacles here, like holding these things. You, the lovers here, you are the one to be chosen for this. So I see a lot of you, maybe you've been applying to a lot of jobs. You've been communicating, maybe sending out a lot of messages or emails. And maybe you've been in the dark for a while, not hearing back, not knowing, you know, if this is going to be a thing for you, if this is going to be possible for you, if you are going to get the job or not. Maybe you haven't heard back in a while, or you're just like unsure because maybe there's a lot of applicants, or maybe, you know, you've been wanting to collaborate with someone for a long time, but maybe they're very well known and maybe, you know, they get a lot of messages or whatever. But I see you being chosen here to be the one to partner up with them, to be the one to get the job, to be the one to, go in business together, that kind of thing. You are winning out over the other people. With Jupiter here, Jupiter is the planet of success, of abundance, of good luck. So luck is definitely on your side. And your guides basically want to tell you, like, it's this time of maybe stagnancy, of like rest, of non-movement is over, and now it's time for action. The energy is going to start moving very quickly, very fast, and you're going to start beginning like working and focusing and moving in the direction that you've been wanting to go. There's a lot of fast moving energy here. This could be, you know, you getting the email, you getting the message, you getting the yes, the go ahead, and then things start moving very, very fast. It's like going from 0 to 100, going from like having no job or no opportunity, no one interested in teaming up or whatever. It's like just feeling like, is this ever going to work? Feeling, you know, I've been in this rest mode for a long time. And then it's like, like really fast, like, okay, yes, let's get going, let's get moving. You have the King of Wands here as well. It's like you have the wisdom, you have the experience, and you have the passion. That's why you are being chosen here for this new beginning. Because you have what it takes. You have the drive, you have the passion, you have creative skill. And so you are being chosen over all else, over anyone else, and to start this new beginning, to start this new opportunity with this person or with this company. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very good balance, a very good partnership where you're both going to be able to be, shine and do what it is you do. And maybe it's someone that it's someone or a company that you've really looked up to for a long time, that they can train you, they can teach you so many new things, they can really grow you into the person you want to become, or into the business that you want to create, where you're like, oh my gosh, I never knew this was even possible, this level to get to. It's like maybe they have more experience than you in something, so they'll really be able to like harness your talent, grow your abilities into such a new way. And they're saying, don't worry. The Knight of Swords talks about being in your head, letting your fears kind of get the better of you. This is saying, don't worry, you have everything you need. You have all the talent, skill, ability needed to be successful here, to overcome whatever challenges are thrown your way. Don't let your fears stop you from taking this. Or maybe it's like the little, self-conscious monster comes in and it's like, do I have the confidence? Do I have the skills? This is saying, yes, you do. You were chosen for a reason. Okay, you were chosen because you have the passion, you have the skills, you have the talent in order to make this as prosperous and as successful as possible. And so they want to team up with you just as much as you want to team up with them, because you're gonna be able to benefit them and their company in the same way that they'll benefit you and your company, right? There's a seduction. The seduction here is something we both want. We both want to partner up together and make this a thing. And I see that in June, maybe there has been talks, or you've already applied to something, or you've already sent out the messages or whatever. And now in June, it's actually becoming a calcified thing. It's becoming a solid foundational thing, something that's very secure for you. It's like secured, the contract's signed, we're on board together. So don't allow these fears or these thoughts to get control of you. Just fight them off, knowing that even if I'm scared, I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to act on this anyway. And, it can be scary to start something new, something that, maybe it will be a learning curve in the beginning, but I want you to know that you have everything it takes in order to grow here, in order to overcome any obstacles. It's like you have the curiosity and the mind to grow in an exponential way. Even if maybe you're not the most experienced at something, it's like that's why you're teaming up with this person or this company, because they have that other aspect that you don't, and you have that newness, that freshness, maybe fresh ideas, a fresh eye, this company or this person also needs. So it's a very good balance. It's a very good coming together. It's like you have what they don't have, and they have what you don't have. And so it's really going to help be an equal give and take. It's like you can both learn from each other, and it's just going to help this thing grow exponentially into this beautiful, beautiful opportunity for you both, into this beautiful foundation to support and help. Yeah, it's just going to be this amazing marriage partnership that's going to be a very foundational thing for you both. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a very, very clear message here. Just the main little piece of information here is just don't let your overthinking or your thoughts or your fears get the better of you and get in your way. Don't let it stop you from taking this opportunity. It's like, even if you're like, well, am I qualified? And just take it. If they're accepting your offer or lending, putting their hand out and wanting to team up with you, definitely take it. Like, do not let anything stop you, because it's just your imagination. It's false, right? It's like you are coming into this situation to grow, to learn, to become better, to become more than what you already are. And they can help you do that. And I mean, this could be reversed too. You could be the one with a lot of experience and you're not sure of like hiring or partnering up with someone with less experience, because you're like, well, maybe it would be better for someone with more experience. But I really don't feel that. I feel like that it'll be more of a clash, because they're already set in their ways. They have their own ideas of how things should go. So taking on someone with new, fresh ideas is going to help you both. They'll see things that you don't see, because maybe you've been at it a longer time and you're kind of set in certain ways. So they'll come with like new, fresh ways of looking at things. And they can give you new ideas and excitement and passion, whereas you can give them wisdom and knowledge of having been doing this already for so long. And so it's really going to be this beautiful marriage partnership here, where you can help each other grow and blossom in new and exciting ways that will be prosperous and beneficial and abundant for you both. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this this card out of the book. If we can find it. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. All right, so it says heat, fire, desire. Calcinatio is there's a lot of desire, a lot of passion here, like a lot of like coming together, and it's going to be intense, like a new lover, It says it occurs when there is enough heat in the vessel to transform the nature of that which is solid or fixed. And that would be like that young energy that we were talking about. It's like they bring that passion, that fire, that newness that creates like something that might be set in their ways into something brand new that can like change form, right? It says, how does calcinatio begin? With a tiny glimmer, an urge, a desire that builds into a robust flame. On a psychic level, this stage may be an uprising of emotion that has been repressed or dismissed. Oops, sorry. 1 second. It wants something big to change, to be brought to the light and purified. Perhaps a flawed ideology, institution, or outlook. Frustration and anger are wondrous change makers if their heat is channeled with space, time, and awareness. The transformation that occurs from calcinatio is rarely harmonious. It requires commitment and a willingness to sit through discomfort as old patterns fall into the ashes. The flame initiates sacred change, and eventually the phoenix rises. It says, go deeper. Contemplate Lao Tzu's teaching, the flame that burns twice as bright, burns half as long. Ponder the color of fire. Fire has been used in rituals across all cultures, religions, and eras. Honor the element of fire today in literal or metaphorical way. The divine flame resides within, and it is yours to tend to. That said, doing so patiently and with support will lead to change that is holy rather than hasty. Okay. Rarely harmonious. Okay, interesting. It says rarely harmonious. So maybe this is a partnership where you're like, could this work? Because before in the past, maybe it hasn't worked, or it's been known not to work, or you've never seen this work before. But for whatever reason, this combination now, it's working. It's like, which is just so like rare and so different, and it's like, how is this working? But it is. We see lovers in partnership, we see seduction, we see a lot of grabbing, a lot of holding of the hands, right? This is rare. And we have, oh, interesting, because we have Jupiter here with the 5, and May is the 5th month, and Jupiter actually went into the sign of Taurus, which is the astrological sign that is attached to May. Okay, so for whatever reason, we have another 5 here, 5, 5. So this message is clear that with Jupiter going into Taurus, now this is affecting this outcome for whatever reason. Maybe before you didn't think it would work, or before you could not see this working or how this would come together. But for whatever reason, with this transit, with Jupiter going into Taurus for this next year, it is moving this energy. It is switching from maybe it not working or it being cold to working, to flowing. Yes, exactly. We see it here with the stillness here. It's like going from dead to like all of a sudden it's like movement, movement, movement. Like now it's working, now it's flowing, now there's this new passion inserted, there's this new desire, this new flame ignited, and now it's like it's able to come together. Yeah, it's like whatever wasn't working, whatever like thing was on this before, that seemed like it was hard to overcome. This is going to be impossible to do. This rarely works, right? It's like we're fighting that. That is dying. That doubt, that fear, that non-movement is dying, and now we are able to. We know that this can be a success now. If for whatever reason, that now the energy is moving, and it's moving in a very successful way, in a very desirable way. And yeah, it's like, cool, all this is able to work. We will be successful. We will take home the win. All right. So that's what's happening for you guys as far as career and finances. It's like what seemed almost impossible or very rare is now coming together and becoming something that is going to be very prosperous, very very passionate, very much something that we both love and can work on and can manifest in the direction that we wanted, in a very prosperous and abundant direction. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden there's power, there's fast movement, there's energy being inserted here. So whether this is, yeah, like a company that you would never have imagined would be a fit for you, or a person that you would have never imagined teaming up with, maybe you have much different views, but for whatever reason, it's now working. It's working out. It's like, okay, we can come together now. This is something that I see myself being able to contribute to, or they can contribute to my idea, whatever it is for you guys. But it's like the energy is switching here, and what wasn't worked, or what seemed like it was very hard to overcome or very difficult to be, to come to be able to work, is now we are able to be a partnership and get both of our goals accomplished in the most prosperous way for both of us. Okay, so let's clean up now, and we'll check out your relationships for June. And I'll do that shuffling with you guys, which is rare. And if I said this to the other piles as well, it's like if you want to see me, oops, we'll keep that one, shuffle on the other rings on just like regular readings, leave a comment, because I know I don't do that. And only just to save time, because, it can take a lot of time to shuffle on camera. So I just make it like kind of as neat and to the point as possible. But if you guys do enjoy the shuffling process, I can do a timestamp so you can, so those of you who want to see it can watch. But here we go, you're getting to watch today. So let me know how you feel. Yeah, and you can see, there we go. So that one bent. So I usually just put that on top of the pile, and then I put it there, and then I pick that. But since we're here doing it live, I'll just put it down. So You have Saturn in Scorpio with patience. Or sorry, Jupiter. So we have Jupiter showing up again. Jupiter and Scorpio with patience. Okay. So I'm just going to pick all these and then do the show and tell after, because the focus doesn't do it automatically. So, okay. I combined these two decks together to make like a mega deck for today's reading. So love and relationships for pile number 3 in June. What is it looking like? These cards are really bendy, so it's going to take a very big obvious bend for me to pick one. Okay, like that. Here we go. Okay. Pile number 3, love and relationships for June. Okay. Pile number 3, love and relationships for June. Ooh. Pile number 3, love and relationships for June. Yeah, sometimes they're super quick. Oops. Sometimes not so much. Okay, pile. Yeah, look how fast that was. All right. So I feel like it's like very, like, this is it. Very definite, very confident, I would say. All right, let's get right into it. They don't want to be neat. Okay. Okay, so your first card. You have Jupiter in Scorpio with patience. I feel like you've been very patient waiting for the right one. It's like you have been working on yourself. You have been, focused on maybe your own independence, your own finances, your own career. And you're like, I want to wait for the right one to come by who's going to share this with me, who's going to be my equal, right? And I mean, that's a great thing. Being patient for love is always a good thing. Wow, look at this. We have sap of the moon plant. And I will read this out of the book for you guys. Just a little bit. We have oppression, restriction, exhaustion, depression, depleted resources, feeling cut off, punishment, confinement. Okay, so I feel like this is the kind of mode you have been in. It's like kind of protecting your energy, holding on to yourself and making sure you're okay. Maybe you've experienced some harshness in the past, whether you're in a relationship or you're single. This could be past relationships, or maybe your relationship has been in a little bit of a dark period. Okay. So let's just make sure we can see these. Okay, we'll get into your tarot here. Yeah, so we have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords talks about heartbreak, disappointment, or just hard times. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, pile 3. There we go, Six of Swords. Beautiful. Going from harshness, darkness, to the light, to easier times. The Six of Swords talks about moving into a more peaceful, prosperous time. So it's been hard for you, pile 3. I'm sorry about that. And you have justice. Yes. The scales of justice coming in. You can see, so these people, they're about to, so this is the in-between tarot. So it's justice. And the next card is the hanged men. So these men are about to hang this man who he is doing this on his own will to see a different perspective, to gain enlightenment. And justice is here for the balance. And we have the Seven of Pentacles going into the Eight of Pentacles. So doing what's needing to be done, in order to master something, in order to get your desired outcome. Okay, I'll just get all of your cards before I get into it. We have Six of Fire. This is the Six of Wands, and this is Saturn here. And then we have the Emperor, which is depicted here as the god. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So I definitely felt like there was a time where you felt like you were in a very dark period. Maybe a lot of, and I want you to, I'm going to talk kind of general here, because whether you are in a relationship or you're, whether you are in a relationship or you're single, either way, it's like you've been experiencing tough times, whether that be, not having love, being heartbroken many times, it not working out, so many times. Maybe you move in together and it doesn't work out and you have to part ways, you have to move out. Or you're in a relationship and it's just been like, it feels like so hard on your heart. Like you guys have maybe been going through a really rough patch where things haven't been working, or it just feels like, are we ever going to move past this? Saturn is here. So Saturn is kind of it's a very, it's a tough energy, because it really tests us. It puts us through the fire. So I feel like you've been being tested on your resilience, on your patience, and it makes us learn our strength and our boundaries, what we're made of, right? The real strength of ourselves within. We have the Emperor here, which is depicted as the god. So it's like you have been in this time period to really find out who you are, to really see what you're made of, and to look at yourself and look at the situation in a new way. So we put ourselves in these certain situations, or life does, right? The scales of justice, so that we may see a new perspective, so that we may see life in a new way, or see the situation in a new way. Maybe we were, forced into being alone for a while so that we could see ourselves, or we could get to know exactly what it is we want, so we don't so we don't just fall into any old relationship anymore, so that we keep our standards high. We see what we are deserving of, and no longer falling into the traps of trickery, of others' intentions, or of these maybe people who aren't deserving of our heart, something like that. So we're no longer being lied to, cheated on, those kinds of things. And even if you are in a relationship, maybe we're doing this to each other, where we're kind of like, we're kind of getting one over on each other all the time, or it's like a competition, where it's like we're going through all these hard times and we don't feel like we're doing it together. We feel like we're fighting against each other doing it. Where it's like, it's always like competition, where it's like, okay, I win one and then you win one, and I'll try to sabotage your win. And then, it's like those little petty games that we can play, especially at the beginning of relationships. But it's overcoming. So justice stepped in to make you see something differently, to make you see the other side, possibly, or make you see what you deserve, and or what you shouldn't be doing anymore, or the games that were being played. And then we have the Seven. Yeah, it's like, it's really helped us look at what is it. So we have the Bill of Human Rights here. What are my rights? What do I deserve? What are the rights of this person that I'm doing this with? What do we both deserve? And is this actually benefiting us? Is this, are these behaviors benefiting us at all together? As if you're single, it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't deserve this. And if you're in a relationship, it's like, we don't deserve to do this to each other. We deserve to lead each other into the light. And that is what is coming in for you guys. Yeah, it's no longer feeling that, it's knowing what we deserve, no longer falling into these traps, these tricks, these competitive cycles, this time of feeling like, it's like we're not supporting each other, we're not helping each other gain everything that we can both gain, work towards a common goal, a common purpose. It's so you had to learn these hard lessons to know exactly what you do deserve, and learn discernment, learn these things that are going to help you, not only yourself but your relationships, grow into something more prosperous, instead of you feeling alone, feeling left out in the cold, or betrayed, possibly in some way. So let's get this card. We'll read it out of the book here. Yeah. Okay. So it says sap of the moon, nocturnal sacred water of the unconscious. Succus lunaria is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir develops in the depth of the night and is exactly, it is developed in the depth of the darkness, right? In this darkness maybe that you've been experiencing. This, we see the darkness here, Three of Swords. And within going to the Hangman, you needed to experience this darkness, this harshness, to see possibly the light. So it says, this elixir develops in the depth of the night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's all about dreams. The answer you are seeking will not come from the intellect nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths as if it's arising from the ancient waters of your memory. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip. The sap of the moon plant signifies you are in the deep territory of destiny and the imagination. This is a mythical moment. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest. All will be revealed. Go deeper. Track your dreams for the next 3 nights to ponder the divine feminine. Sorry, one sec. Sap of the moon planet is said to be linked to the pineal gland and can be increased by the practice of meditation. Sitting for a few moments in the evening is especially beneficial. There are many names for this sacred elixir: Soma, nectar, aqua, vitae, aqua nestra, and vinum ardens, to name a few. Remember, dreams are the mother tongue of humanity. So this is all for you. Even going through all this, you have to sit in this darkness to learn something deeply about yourself, about why these happen, why this has been happening, and to not let it go forward in the future. What you can do to change this for yourself, what you can do going forward to not accept this anymore. Okay, pile number 3, that is your reading for June, and I hope this resonated, and I know you're going to come out of this so grateful that all of this happened, as hard as it was, because it made you stronger, it made you better, it made you not be able to fall into these traps as easily anymore and to fall for this stuff that you don't deserve. Okay, you are leading yourself into the light, and I'm very proud of you guys. You've been patient, and you've been really diving in. So good for you guys. The light will be coming for you in June, I promise you. And I hope to see you guys on the next reading. If you did like this, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another reading. And I'll see you on the next one. All right. All my love, pile 3. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your June predictions reading. We are first going to look at your career and finances. And then we're going to do a separate reading for your love and relationships. Okay? So let's get right into it. We're going to reveal the card that you chose. Okay, you guys chose the Hermit. Very cool. All right, let's get right in and see what Spirit has to say. What's coming in for you guys in June as far as career and finances. Okay, I grabbed 2 here, so it looks like we want 2. So you have Venus and Scorpio with secrets. Okay. And you have Jupiter in Virgo with patience. Sorry if you can't see that. Okay. You have the Lightning card. And we're going to read this out of the book for you guys. See, might need to make a little bit of room for all the cards here. We got one more. And we have truth. You already know the truth. The root cause of these obstacles is finally crystallized in your mind. Be inspired about this new outlook in life. You have everything you need to succeed. Action and discipline are required. Stop procrastinating. So yeah, it seems like you guys have been in this hermit mode. Like, you know, really, really diving deep into something, to some subject, into who you are, into your truth, right? But really becoming a master at something, or really just mastering yourself, you know? Finding the kind of hidden secrets or the hidden truths, the hidden knowledge about yourself or about, you know, a certain subject, possibly, you know, spirituality or whatever it is for you. And this is now saying, you know the truth. You've really dived deep into this thing, into yourself, into this subject, into life. And maybe you've figured out why it hasn't been working, or what your obstacles are, what's been holding you back, what's the thing that you need to do in order to overcome this thing, in order to actually have this crystallized in your life. You've achieved a new outlook. You've achieved a new way of seeing yourself, of seeing the world, maybe corrected some behaviors or some thought patterns. And now this is saying you no longer need to hide away. You no longer need to be in this hermit mode of learning and have, you know, you've had a lot of patience with yourself, with life and with discovering these things. And now it's like, it's no longer time to hide away. It's time to come out with these things. It's time to show what you've learned, to be who you want, to go after these things. It says action and discipline are required. Discipline in maybe coming out of this hermit mode, maybe stepping out and sharing what you've learned, or applying to this thing, or, you know, finally, like, putting yourself into a community. Maybe this is like taking that yoga class, or messaging someone that you've been, you know, wanting to connect with, a community that you've been wanting, that maybe you think you would be a good aspect to. You could bring something cool to the table that they would like and appreciate. Or this is like, you know, finally showing off this project you've been working on. Finally, you know, coming out with this product or this service that you've been working on. It's like it's time now to come out with it, instead of just, you know, keeping it to yourself or just stating on it. That time is now over. You have everything you need. This is saying there's no more here for you to to discover. There's no more secrets for you to discover, not in total, but for right now. It's saying like, you're not going to, the next phase, what you need to learn now is not going to be isolated alone. It's now the next phase is to come out. There are other truths, other things that you need to learn, maybe more practical, more action oriented. That's what's going to now push you and make you better, further push you along in your path, along your path. All right, let's get right into your tarot cards and see what's going on. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands. Cool. Exactly what we were saying. I'm just going to have all your tarot cards come out and then I'll talk about the messages I'm seeing. Eight of Wands. A lot of wands so far, a lot of passion. Okay, I see there's one more card that wants to come, so I'm going to take it. Knight of Swords. Sorry. Ten of Wands going into the Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups going into the Two of Cups. See that now. Okay, hopefully we're going to have room. Five of Pentacles. This is Justice. Wheel of Fortune. And finally we have the Star. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Oh, I can't quite. Oops, sorry, guys. All right. All right. I'm just going to organize these in a better way, and I'll be right back. Okay, pile 4. So it's funny because I feel like this message has been coming up a lot for, if you've chosen pile 4 previously in the last couple of readings, the message is pretty similar, which is interesting. So it's really kind of driving home this idea. So we have the Hermit here, right? Isolating yourself to really learn the deep mysteries of yourself, to really, know yourself on a very deep level, on a level of, why is it I'm here? What is my deeper purpose here? How can I be better? How can I be my best self out into the world? And what is it I need to learn? What it is I need to know in order to do that? And the Star is the next card. Okay, so basically what you're being urged to do, this is saying like, we have the Ten of Wands here, meaning an end of a cycle. It's like you have come as far as you can with this cycle of learning and of doing this self-work and isolation. It's time now to take the next step, which is to show that. The Hermit in traditional Rider-Waite carries the star within his lantern. That's guiding the way. And then the next star, the next card, the Star, is him letting that star out, letting it shine. And that's what you guys are being urged to do. It's a saying, you have been climbing this mountain. You have been working so hard and you're almost, you're getting to the top now. This is where, and the energy is going to start moving very quickly. You have conjured up. It's like you have everything you need to be successful. Six of Wands talks about recognition. And we have the Star here, meaning once you need to share this, and you will be very like well known for whatever this thing is, because you have all of the knowledge, you have all of these maybe, your own secrets, your own takes on things, your own knowledge that you have personally accumulated, your own experiences that are truthful, that are your truths, that you have cultivated, that you have learned, that you have found out during this time, and you need to share that. You need to express that knowledge, that wisdom. And we see here with the Ace of Cups, it's like you've been, filling your cup with wisdom, with knowledge, and making sure that it has everything it needs, making sure that it's coming with love, it's coming in the right way. And it's time now, like this winter kind of time, where do you see all these like gnomes kind of waiting here? It's like you have this wealth of knowledge, of wisdom for this certain thing, and it's like gushing, it wants to come out. It's now time for the spring here. See, and we see it here as well. She's coming out of the dark. It's time now for you to come out of the darkness, to come out of this period of and maybe it has been hard. Maybe you've been in a dark time. This could be a dark night of the soul, or it's been in a time where it's like you felt lack, like I didn't have what I needed. I don't have the resources, or I'm putting in all this work, and but it was all for a purpose, right? It was all for purpose so that we would look inward. And so it's like we've done all this time looking inward, where it's felt like maybe a long winter. It's felt like a long time of this like going within period, and all for good reason. But now it's time to come out. It's time to switch places. It's time to come out into the sun. Let the sun shine. Bring yourself out. We see the Wheel of Fortune here saying just that. It's like it's time now. For the wheel is changing. The season is changing. It's time for you to shine your light. It's time for you to spread your message. It's time for you to show yourself off, or show this thing. You are very, very, very supported by the universe. They have your back. They're like, we are going to help you light this way. You are not alone here. You are being called for this, for a higher purpose, for a reason. You and us, like the universe, God has your back on this, okay? You are about to end this time of not having, or going within and this hermit mode period, where you've been learning, you've been introspective, you've been like, okay, making sure that this is exactly as it needs to be, and I am exactly as I need to be. I have learned all of the secrets, all of the mysteries, all of the lessons that I need. And it's like, and the more that you try to stay in this and like, no, I need to prepare myself more. I'm not ready. This is saying it's not working anymore, because the time is to switch. It's not time to just stay alone working on this forever. Okay. That's not going to benefit you anymore. It's time now for that to end, and for you to come out, share what you have with the world. And this is saying like, you won't lose anything. You won't lose yourself. You'll still be, filling your own cup. You will be getting nourished as you share this thing. So your nourishment now is coming from coming out with it, sharing it. It's like you're on the precipice of a new cycle here. New passion, new things to learn, new creativity, where it's like you're going to feel very, very much empowered. And this is where you'll need to learn. This is the next phase, and maybe you're teaching others, but in turn, by you teaching others, you are also getting nourished from that, and you are also learning from that. So the time is now. It's to switch. And I feel like for a lot of you too, it's like you're coming out of a time of maybe lack or not having. maybe not having the resources, feeling like, is this ever going to work? Am I ever going to be able to, feel that the benefits of what I've been working on? And now this is the time. You have all the truths you need. You have all of the knowledge you need. You just need to take action. Once you take action, once you put yourself out there in this certain way, the universe totally has your back, and you're going to see a lot of support, a lot of benefits, a lot of financial, benefits. But I feel for the most part, it's just, you're going to feel free. You're going to feel, okay, I'm aligned with my wish, my path, because I'm taking what I've learned. I'm taking all of this time that I've spent introspectively learning all of these things about myself, about the subject, and now is the time for you to share it with others. You'll find you'll just get blocked the more that you keep to yourself, the more that you don't, and you're like kind of just staying in your comfort zone of like me being by myself, and I'm just gonna keep preparing. It's like there's nothing left to prepare. You have everything you need. There's nothing more for you to learn in this stage. The next stage is the universe got your back. We're ending this certain period and we're coming out with it. And I'm going to support you and help you along the way. And I know you guys have felt this. The wheel is literally is turning now for you to come out into the sunlight, into the spotlight for a lot of you. Okay. The winter is over. The ice is melting. Spring is here. This new cycle is here. Things are going to start moving very, very quickly. You are like right getting up to the top. That's happening in June. I really feel that you are finally coming to the end of this long, hard cycle where it's felt tough. It's felt strenuous. There's just been a lot of work put in, a lot of time, patience, effort. It's like it's really been this uphill climb for a lot of you guys, okay? And it's like it's felt dark. Am I ever going to see the light? The light is coming up and it's right there and you can feel it, and I know it. You're going to, in June, you're finally getting to the very end of this cycle. It's ending, and you're going to be in the light. You're going to be seen for all of the work that you've put in. You're going to be appreciated, and you're going to be you're actually going to feel the effects and no longer feeling kind of the iciness, the aloneness. It's like you're going to be able to share your love, share your efforts, your knowledge with someone else or with many people, right? It's like you have been really, I feel like, making your vibration and your truth as true as it can be and as loving as it can be. And now it's like, now the more that you share this love or this wisdom, this whatever this is that you've been working on, the more you get nourished as well. Okay? So the more you share, the more you receive. And that's what this is saying. Share what you have with just passion and without fear. Come out of the comfort zone. You have everything you need in order to be successful. There's nothing more for you to learn in this hermit mode. This is now ending for you, and you're beginning a new cycle where you are leading the path with spirit behind you all the way. That maybe you're leading people in some kind of way. Maybe you're teaching in some kind of way. But the more you share your wisdom, what you've learned, the more you will receive. And you're being recognized, you're being appreciated, you're finally coming out of this into the light. It is time. Okay, it is time, pile 4. And that is beautiful. We're going to read the lightning out of the book here. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. It says perfectionism. Facade, hesitation. It will, you can't, it's not going to be like you've hit the level of perfection you're going to hit. It doesn't have to be so perfect. Like, oh, if I just keep, no, the next level is, like we've been saying, going after it. You, like, it's never going to be, it's like, oh, I'll do it when it's this. It's like, no, it's never, that's never going, that goalpost will always move. Okay, anyway, I'll just go on with this, but that's exactly what we've been saying, right? The stage of pardon me if I mispronounce this, leucosis or luosis is a complex topic in alchemy. On one hand, it represents purification of the materials. On the other hand, it's the phase in which the alchemist may mistake the work as complete. Oh, on the surface, everything seems perfect, pristine, well thought through, and quite complete. In actuality, the alchemist has been tricked by their own facade of perfection. Their work has hardly begun. Oh, that's funny. Righteousness and fear are the great errors of leucosis. This card arrives to remind us to get our hands dirty. No one is separate from or above anyone else. Rather, every alchemist is a kid in the laboratory, tinkering away with the elements of their life. No more fretting over your next move, fearing how others will perceive you. That's how I'm taking this, okay? It's not like I don't, just because it says this, I mean, for some of you, that might be a message, right? But how I'm picking this up is that it's never going to be perfect. Like, don't not act and put yourself out there because you're like, well, it's not perfect. None of us are perfect, and you have to just act anyway. It's the time now to just come out with it, even with all imperfections, and that's how we're gonna learn going forward. It's the next season to learn. That's what's the nuggets that you need to perfect this even more, or to get better at this, is you coming out with it. And you won't be able to know these things until you do it, right? So you, like we said here, sorry, you can't see this, but like we said here, see, she's like toiling, writing, scrumpling things up. It's like, you're not going to find the perfection here. You're not going to find what you need. It's just going to, and we see the fairies here, they're all frustrated, like you're overworking yourself, you're tired. It's like that part is finished. This part of I don't know if I should come out with it because it's not perfect. It's like, no, come out with it anyway. And in its imperfection, people will love it and find things to, they'll resonate with that more than perfection. And honestly, you're not going to find perfection in this stage anymore. You're not going to find what you're looking for. It's because it's the truth. You already know the truth. The truth has been found within you. And so there's no more there for you. So you need to let that stage go. And maybe you've gotten comfortable in this isolation, in this learning, in this, creating yourself, creating this thing as you like it to be. But now it's like the next stage, the next learning is here for you. You need to come out with it, and then the continuation of the learning will go on from there. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Don't be afraid to come out with your creation or with what you've been working on, because you're scared of no more fretting over your next move, fearing how others will perceive you. I get that. It's like, I'm scared to come out with it. I'm scared what people will think if it's not absolutely perfect. What if someone misunderstands this one thing? What if someone doesn't understand this one aspect? And you will never get it to a point of where everyone gets it and everyone understands you and everyone receives the true meaning or the true intention behind what you're trying to do. There will always be people who are not ready to hear it, who don't understand it, who aren't vibrating where you're vibrating. And so misunderstanding is inevitable, and you have to accept that and be okay with it and still do it anyway. Okay? It's part of it. And so you have to just put it out there. You have to Just have the courage to put yourself out there. Those who get it will see you, will recognize you, will congratulate you, will appreciate you. And those who don't, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Not everyone's going to like you. And we have to be okay with that, or like what you have to say, or like your thing. You know your intention is good. You know what you're putting out is from your heart, is from a good place, is from a true place, right? So don't hide it away anymore. It's not time to hide it away anymore. Okay. It's time to crack open, become who you are. The world needs your true colors. Yeah! That's the message. That's the message. Yes. Go deeper. Look at Brancusi sculpture Newborn from 1915 to ponder the wisdom of dawn. Leucosis is related to the alchemical operation of calcinatio. If these cards appear together, it's a sign that things may have calcified, implying a kind of buildup or rigidity. The blank canvas is a great example of leucosis. It's terrifying to start for fear of making a mistake. Today is the day. Make a mark. Begin the work. Yeah, exactly the message we were getting. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there in fear of making a mistake, in fear of being misunderstood. And this has been a reoccurring message throughout the last pile 4. Maybe it was pile 3, but it's been like the last 2 readings, or maybe 3 readings. This has been the message. It's like, do not hide yourself away anymore. The time is now. Show off who you are. No longer hiding yourself away, because the world needs your message. The world needs your truth. It's time to share it in however that looks like for you. Maybe it's writing. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's creating your own YouTube channel and just speaking from your heart. Maybe it is reading. Maybe it is whatever, and it doesn't even have to be creative. It could be woodworking. However you express yourself, you have learned all there is to learn in this stage of this preparation, of this, deep isolation, getting to know who I am, what my message is, making sure it's pure. It's as good as it can, and it's as good as it can be, okay? It is amazing. It's perfect. The universe is saying you have done the work. You have done exactly what you needed to do. It is ready now. It is ready for you to. I'm giving you the baton here, and now it's time for you to go off and share what you've learned. Share these truths that you have uncovered. And the more you share, the more you become nourished. And it is time now. No longer time to stay in the learning mode. You have learned all there is to learn. Now it's time to share. Come into union with what is trying to come into your life, what is trying to be born, it's the next phase now. So we're starting again. We're ending this old cycle and we're starting anew, but from a place of wisdom and knowledge, right? And it will be nerve-wracking. It will be a little scary, right? Because it's like, oh man, this is maybe brand new for you. Maybe you're not, used to this. You're not used to the limelight, or you're not used to, being vulnerable. But this is what you need to learn, is that your message now is ready, and you have to learn vulnerability. You have to learn how to put yourself out there in an open way, because you're going to be very, very well received and well recognized, and people need to hear, people need to see what you have to give, what you've been working on. Okay? It's time now. All right, pile 4, you can do it. I just watched Waterboy the other day. You can do it, okay? It's time. June's going to be a big coming out month for you guys, all right? Whatever that means for you. It's time for you to be put yourself out there, and you're going to be a lot more well received than you could imagine or ever thought. All right? People need to hear what you have, or see or experience what you have to offer. All right? Okay, guys, I'm telling you. And the universe is going to push you until you do it, okay? Like, I don't think they're going to let you sleep until this is done. Okay? But yeah, I think you'll keep coming into walls if you try and like keep hiding yourself away. It's like you'll just get more and more frustrated, and it won't work anymore. Oh, we'll keep that one. So we're gonna look at your love and relationships now for June, and you guys get to see me shuffle on camera. If you do enjoy this process, let me know in the comments. Ooh, look at that. Because you get to see the kind of magical moments, right? Where they flip out. I just like don't do it because it takes time, and I don't know if, if you want to just get right to the reading, but I can always make a timestamp for you guys so you can either skip it or you can watch it if you want. So let me know in the comments if you like that, and I will include it in the reading. Okay. Oh, we got 2. No, 3. That's too much. Come on now. Just 1. Okay, so we'll take that one. And we did a mega deck here, combined 2 decks. Well, here. So love and relationship for pile number 4 in June. Love and relationships for pile number 4 in June. What's going on, Spirit? There we go. So yeah, I'll just put them at the top typically. And then I just so it's like quick, neat, grab them. Love and relationships for pile 4, please, Spirit. Okay. Love and relationships for pile 4, please. Okay. Oops. Ooh. All right, well, looks like you're going to be making a lot of money. Only taking 2 cards from, but that 9 of Pentacles wanted to come out. Independence, wealth, maybe creating your own business. Yeah, creating something of your own to make a lot of cash. Okay, so first oracle card is we have Jupiter and Scorpio with manipulation. Okay. We have Raven's head. Again, we'll get the meaning out of the book for that. We have new journey. You have known of this new venture for some time and you have prepared well for it. Resonate with your calling and move forward without looking back. Your courage and determination will be celebrated. Interesting. I mean, it's definitely interesting for a love reading, love and relationships, but maybe you're on a new journey with relationships in your life, with people you know. Yeah, maybe you guys are going on a new journey together or something. But let's get all the cards and see what's up. Yeah, we have death. So maybe you're buying a house with someone. Maybe that's the new journey. It's like we're moving towns, moving cities. Finally, being able to buy a house, get an apartment, get a condo, whatever. 9 of Wands. Okay, we're just going to get all the cards and then I will start speaking. We have the Magician going into the High Priestess. Yes, I see you. We have the 4 of Cups going into the 5 of Cups. We have 9 of fire, and this is, who is this? Pluto? Yeah, Pluto. And so we have the 9 of wands again. We have it twice. Okay. I'm going to bring him down here. We have the Book of Shadows, which is the Hierophant. We have the Hermit showing up again. And we have the Knight of Swords. Wow. We have the Hermit and the Magician. This is going to be for just a very few of you, but you could be dealing with a Virgo here. Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah. So as far as your relationships, there might be, oh wow. Okay, and we have Scorpio, and we have Death and Pluto underneath each other. Pluto rules Scorpio, and also Scorpio rules the Death card, or vice versa. I can't remember. But yeah. So wow, you could be dealing with a Virgo or a Scorpio, or maybe both. Don't have to be, but yeah, there's a big transformation on. I feel you guys have been going through a hard time, a difficult period where maybe we're like learning a lot about each other, or things have been, not that, it hasn't been easy. It's like maybe we've been going through a rough patch, or we're going through a time where, you get to know each other, you're learning about each other, and maybe you've been at odds for a while, or things have just not been super easy with you guys. Maybe it's felt like a battle. And it doesn't have to be just one person. Maybe you've been feeling that within friendships as well, and that's kind of why you've kind of isolated yourself, for a while, so you could maybe manifest a supportive partner. If you're, single, maybe you've been, on your own. Maybe you've been manipulated in the past. But I really feel like you've been manipulating the energy in a way of like the Magician, where you're using, maybe powers of manifestation to bring you into a place where you'd like. And we have like, it almost reminds me of the Magician here too, because we have all of the, we have the cups, the pentacles, the wands, and the swords, which is usually in the Magician's, on his table, because he has to use all of these within alchemy to bring his desires down to earth. And I feel like if you are in a relationship, and you could apply this just to yourself, it's like you've been going through all these different stages of like, of getting to know each other on these certain levels, of going through the hardness together, of like, you showing me the darkness within me, and I'm showing you. It's like that real reflection, like really getting to know each other. This also looks like rituals. Maybe you've been doing some like manifestation rituals and things like that. As far as like maybe you guys want, getting a house together, or wanting to take it to the next level. But you've been going through it. Like it's felt like it's been in a dark period, possibly. But now it's time for this new journey where you're getting offered a cup here, where it's like, yes, it's been hard. And if you're single, it's like maybe past relationships, it's been tough. It's felt like we're at odds. And maybe, or maybe you've been like fighting with someone, or it's just felt tough in relationships lately. Like we're just fighting, and kind of it's disappointing in some aspects, right? It just felt like we're going through a difficulty in some manner. And so, but this is saying, yeah, it's been felt like a battle, but now we're on a new journey. We're moving forward. We're not looking back. and you've had the courage to go through these tough times, to go through all these maybe, you know, maybe these are all past relationships, or maybe these are all years that we've been together that has been rough, that, you know, but we've made it through. And now I feel like you've made it through a really tough time, whether that be on your own or with a partner. And now you're getting given a gift. It's like you've come, you're now on the sun is coming up. We are moving past this hard time, this difficulty, this darkness. And now it's like, now we're moving on, and now we're kind of moving past this. We're kind of coming to a new journey, where it's like, and you can see in this one, there's horses. She's like looking, and there's actual friends here. There's actual people here that get me, that are like me, that you know, have the same interests as me, and don't want to manipulate me or force me into seeing things a certain way, or don't accept me for who I am, right? It's like the universe is coming here with a gift, with there is a gift of a new beginning, of a new journey, of you actually finally being able to come into your soul tribe, or come into a relationship that really is a higher evolution of relationship here. It's like we've been manifesting better for ourselves. Like you've been really working on yourself in such a way that now it's like you've been working on yourself. You've been calling in what you want as far as relationships. Could be friendships, could be romantic, could be within your own, you know, relationship. Maybe you guys are moving, you know, just moving into a more peaceful time, or physically moving, actually being able to settle down somewhere, and that's going to bring you, that's like a new journey for you guys. Or you're like coming into, you know, meeting your soul family. But I really feel this darkness is now over, because you have figured out who you are, what you want, and how to better yourself. And it's like this battle is now coming to an end. So let's read Raven's Head out of the book, because I'm curious. Okay. It says, initiation, the ordeal, the work begins. Though alchemy is filled with a myriad of open-ended symbols, the Raven Head has a precise message. It arrives to mark the beginning of the work. This card indicates something has occurred, known or unknown, to initiate the spinning of the alchemical wheel. With its mighty churning, things are about to change on every level. The raven's work cannot be undone, just as the pill cannot be unswallowed, or the pearl turned black to sand. You may be overwhelmed or think the journey ahead is not for you. Your doubts matter not to the raven, as its appearance signifies it has chosen you. You are ready, and the moment is now. Can you go back to the way things were? Can you pretend nothing has changed? The raven caws a clear no. It does not apologize, as it knows your destiny is great. Go deeper. Watch Alfred Hitchcock's movie The Birds to ponder a raven flying at night. As you step into the work, travel light. There is no need for additional baggage, literally or metaphorically. Everything you need awaits the alchemical laboratory. The raven, with its trickster spirit, has many symbolic interpretations. It is also linked to the Hierophant card in the tarot, and we have that here. To be on the lookout for a new teacher or mentor. Okay, cool. So you guys are definitely, like we said, okay, so maybe this is a mentor coming in where it's like you've been working, and I feel like it's been a battle, but you're coming into a new journey, and that doesn't always mean it's going to be easier, right? But you're coming from a place of experience, from having been through so much. And so maybe this person is for a lot of you guys, mentor. Could be a lover as well and a mentor, but it could be just a teacher for some of you with the Hierophant here. But yeah, this is saying that maybe this huge change that's coming isn't going to be easy, but it's definitely something that is coming for a reason and has a big purpose here. But I do see there are these two people at odds, and there is this offering, maybe a peace offering, maybe this new thing that's coming in that's like, hey, this is something that you should both follow, that will, make you come together, that will make it easier for you both instead of this battle. Or maybe it's just the next phase in life where it's like the next battle to go on, but it's like, but we're willing to go on it together, right? Because it makes us stronger. It's like, there's a new phase, a new journey here. And, there's still all of these candles to light up. So maybe it's just the next phase in your learning and growing together. And there's always challenges along the way, right? And so it's just, but now you're coming at it from a more wise and a more skilled place. And so you can take it, you've now learned the skills and what you need in order to overcome, in order to accomplish new things together. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there's definitely a new phase in relationships, and in maybe could be a lover, could be friendships, a mentor, someone who has a lot to teach you. I feel like with your career and finances reading, it's like you coming out as who you are will attract maybe a mentor for you guys, someone who's going to help you along the way. It's like on an adventure, you meet these new characters who come in, and it's like not always does the adventure get easier, and sometimes it does, right? It gets easier, I think. It gets easier because we are smarter, because we have more skills and more courage, and not because it's actually easier. You know what I mean? It's like we're braver and we're able to come to the table with more experience and just with a courageous heart. And so we're able to take these on. See, the crow has the pearl. The pearl is made through pressure, through irritation. And so that's why you've been put under all of this hardness or this darkness to create something super beautiful. But now we're going into the next phase of that. Whether it be easy or not, you're going to be better. And so you're going to be more well equipped to handle the battles coming in. All right? You're going on a new journey here in some manner within relationships, and you have a new plethora of things to learn and to grow from. Okay? So that is what I see for you, pile 4. And I know you guys are super strong and you've been through a lot. And so the universe is not going to give you anything you cannot handle. And I think it's going to be very, very well worth it for you guys. I just want to pull one card from Spirit. What's one message that you can, there we go. Okay, Temperance, healing and patience. You have what it takes. You have what you need in order to alchemize this situation in your favor. It's creating peace. It's creating a more beautiful situation. So all of this, a new adventure, a new beginning. We had the Queen of Pentacles. This is creating, it's like you're going on a new adventure to come to a more stable time of life. You're building yourself and this situation into something that's going to be a lot more stable here for you. Something that's going to stay around. That's something that's going to be a solid foundation. And I think you see clearly why all of this had to happen, why things happened the way they did. And I think you're seeing the future more clearly on this situation. But yeah, it's like there's healing here, there's new beginning, there's solid foundations being built, and there's clarity coming in. All right. So that was your reading for June, pile 4. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming today, for being with me here. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit subscribe so you never miss another reading. And if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book that down below in the description box. My website is there. And you can also book what's called a Beyond Quantum Healing session with me, which is a type of hypnosis therapy where we connect with your higher self, your spirit team, and they guide us and show us scenes as far as what you need to heal, what you need to know or understand about a certain situation. So you come with an intention, you come with about 5 to 10 questions that you want answered, and we look into these. We are shown what we need to see, what we need to understand in order to heal, in order to move on, in order to realize what we need to realize. It's quite unique. Every single session is unique to you, and it's very interesting. So if you're curious about that, you can find out more detail on my website, which is linked below, or you can go to my other page, which is White Tiger Healing. That is my YouTube page, also my Instagram, and I have more information there for you guys. All right, so thank you so much for coming to reading pile 4. I hope to see you guys on the next one. All of my love. Peace.